Dear viewers, welcome to this channel. Are you aware of what is currently going on in Nigeria? Please watch this video and tell us your take in the comment section.
And these are just some of the controversies that have dogged Tinubu since he took office. There are others as well, and by the looks of it, there will be more to come. Hopefully, Nigeria will continue to progress despite the extravagance of its president and the enrichment of his family.
Some time ago, you noticed that Binance executives were arrested. One of them escaped and he was recaptured in Kenya. And later, they brought him back to Nigeria. Now, the charges are going on, the prosecutions are going on. Binance denied that the allegation made against them by the federal government of Nigeria is illegal, that it doesn't hold water, that those allegations are not true. Now, today, the Binance executive, one of them, said that Tinubu's government demanded 150 million bribe to make illegal Nigerian charges to go away. Let me read that again. Tinubu's government demanded $150 million bribe to make illegal Nigerian charges go away. Binance CEO. This is from the People Gazette. Today is the May 7th, 2024. Let me read out the articles for you. But before that, I just want to ask some questions. Is this the same government that people, prevented people not to vote for? Is this the same government that made some set of people to chase people away from their community so that they will not vote? Is this the same government that you have issues? You had issues with your friends. I don't know if those issues still exist, because during the election, a lot of people quarreled. A lot of people were quarreled because of, interest. Political parties' interest and individual running the elections' interest. People from APC were not even greeting people from PDP and Labour Party. The question I'm asking you now is this the same government that you fought for? I think Nigerians will learn in a hard way. Let me read out these articles from this said newspaper, but stay with me because we are going to look into how Tinubu is using Nigerians' money to make sure he make all his families billionaires, ranging from his son-in-law to his cousin and now to his son. You will understand the amount of billions of dollars that Tinubu have made these people to have indirectly. Just stay with me. Now, let me read this article. It says, Nigerian government officials have been accused of soliciting bribes to the tune of $150 million from global cryptocurrency giant Binance, the firm's executive said on Tuesday. Richard Teng said the Tinubu's administration was keen on extracting the large sum from the company in order to make the recent fraud charges go away, shortly after a meeting was held with Nigerian lawmakers. It was not immediately clear whether or not the lawmakers took part in demanding the alleged bribes. The company first disclosed the amount of the bribe to the New York Times in USA. Mr. Tech and other Binance executives have insisted the allegations were meritless and illegal and vow not to be strong armed into making any illegal payments. You hear them? Let me read the next paragraph. A significant payment in cryptocurrency to be paid in secret within 48 hours to make these issues go away, Mr. Tech wrote in a blog post posted on Binance website on Tuesday. The message from the Nigerian government is clear. The Binance chief executive added, "We must detain an innocent mid-level employee and a former US federal agent and place him in a dangerous prison in order to control Binance." Binance said it was asked to pay the alleged bribe into a secret crypto account on its exchange. What a pity. Nigerian government banned crypto. They said it was because of cryptocurrency that our naira is falling. As I talk to you today, 1,500 to euro. I don't know how much is it to naira now. It should be 1,460 now with dollar. Upon all the whole things, federal government still insists that Binance should give them the bribe through cryptocurrency. Is this the country that your people were fighting for? Is this the government that you had issues with your friends? Now, let us go into Tinubu's nepotism and what Tinubu has been doing. It has been in the news that Atiku Abubakar accused Tinubu of giving contracts to the company that his son is a board member. the contract of this coastal highway. And this coastal highway has resulted to so many issues. If you see the way the federal government, the way they were so fast to make sure they start this coastal highway, I knew that something was wrong with it. Both the environmental certificate approval, the water certificate approval, they did not undergo anything. They just fast forward everything and they said they want to start. I said, what is going on? I never knew that Tinubu's son is a board member in this company. In other words, most of the things that we go on, Nigerians, we don't know. So we'll just be here thinking that the federal government, they want to start a project. We don't know that this is just an avenue to make sure they enrich their family. This is so painful, very, very painful. Now, this is not only an accusation of nepotism against Tinubu. About a month ago, remember how First Post exposed, Tinubu's nepotism. Take a look.
From its biggest economy, Nigeria, Nigerian President Bola Tinubu is under fire again, this time over allegations of nepotism. He recently announced a shake-up in Nigeria's Federal Housing Authority. And he's appointed this man as the new MD/CEO, Oyetunde Ojo. He's a former Nigerian MP. He served from 2011 to 2015, but he failed to get re-elected in the 2015 election. After that, he turned to business, reportedly in the oil and gas sector. And now he's the CEO of a housing authority. What's his qualification? Apparently, over a decade's worth of experience in the housing and hospitality industries. That's what the Nigerian government said while appointing him. But exactly when did this happen? When did he get the time to acquire this decade's worth of housing experience? It remains a mystery. But the Nigerian government insists that he is the best man for the job. Of course, they need to hype up his credentials to deflect from his other big achievement. And what's that? Being married to Fola Shade Tinubu, the oldest daughter of President Bola Tinubu. Nepotism is never good for optics after all, and the last thing Tinubu needs is another scandal. The Nigerian president has been racking up controversies ever since he took office. The last one was about an oil field, an offshore oil block called OPL 245. It was a disputed field bought by European oil giants Eni and Shell. There were corruption allegations. Nigeria had sued the oil companies. The case was pending in international tribunals. But last month, the president of Nigeria restored the fields to the Europeans. He ended all legal disputes over the offshore field and called for the matter to be resolved amicably. Now, you can choose to look at this as Tinubu moving forward, as him dropping a long dispute and getting back to business. Or you may wonder about the timing. Eni, one of the European oil firms involved here, signed another deal recently. This happened a few months ago. They sold their Nigerian onshore assets to a local firm, a firm called Onado PLC. The sale was very beneficial for the Nigerian oil company. Its total oil reserves doubled after it bought Eni's assets. And guess who is the chief executive of the Onado group? A man called Adewale Tinubu, or Wale as he's popularly known. The last name is not a coincidence. He is related to the Nigerian president too. He's the president's nephew. So a European oil company sells its business to Tinubu's nephew. The nephew's company benefits, and Nigeria drops litigation against the Europeans soon after. What does that sound like to you? Allegations of nepotism and corruption are hounding the president. But that's not all. He's also been accused of using his office for personal gain, using it to fund a luxurious lifestyle, like with the yacht controversy. Tinubu became president last year. He took office in the month of May. His government had to release a supplementary budget to allocate resources for this year, and this happened in November. The budget came in November. But while the budget was being discussed, an anomaly came to light. Money was earmarked for a presidential yacht, a princely sum of 5 billion naira. That's about $3.5 million US. Now, Nigeria is an economic powerhouse, but it's still a developing nation. There is massive wealth inequality. People are struggling with the cost of living crisis and reeling after the government reduced fuel subsidies last year. In this environment, President Bola Tinubu was buying a yacht on the taxpayers' dime. You can imagine the uproar. Nigerians were furious. So were opposition lawmakers. They forced the government to divert the yacht money. It was funneled into a student loan fund instead. But you see, the yacht had already been delivered by then. to the Nigerian Navy. So now they have to find a way to pay for the luxury boat. And these are just some of the controversies that have dogged Tinubu since he took office. There are others as well, and by the looks of it, there will be more to come. Hopefully, Nigeria will continue to progress despite the extravagance of its president and the enrichment of his family.